What's up again, YouTube? This is Dave the Mechanic. Today I'm going to be changing front control arms on a 2011 Dodge Challenger. This is a 3.6 liter 6-cylinder engine. I have my new control arm. As you can see, it's just one piece. There's a bushing at the end that a bolt goes through, and on this end you just have a ball joint and a fitting there, so it's not going to be hard to change at all. First place to start, I'm going to go ahead and get the car raised in the air. Alright, it's important to find a good jack point for your jack. I went ahead with this part of the frame that runs parallel from front to back of the vehicle. You can also use this part right here, which we know a lot of people go to first, but I feel more secure using part of the actual frame. Now that we have our jack set up, we won't raise it all the way off the ground yet, because we still have to break these studs loose. So once we break these studs loose, then we'll raise it in the air, because if we don't, with this being a rear wheel drive, once this goes in the air, the wheel's just going to spin and spin and spin. So we have to get these studs broken with the wheel still on the ground. Then we'll raise it in the air and we'll finish getting the wheel off. Alright, now that I have the studs loose, I have it all the way in the air now. I have my jack stand set. Now I can go ahead and get those all the way out. Alright, now with the rim off, we can see our part. So just for reference, so this is the part that we're going to be changing. We have the new part here. Here is where the shank bolt goes through. We will need to take off this plastic covering. Honestly, I can probably get it off without taking this covering off, but I'm going to go ahead and take it off just for the video purposes. And down here at the bottom, let's see, is where we have to get the bolt or the nut off here in order to pop that up and get that small ball joint out. Okay, so to take these off, I have this handy tool right here to take off body panel clips I got on the line. Just pull it out. Sometimes it comes off in two pieces, sometimes it comes off in one. We have this type over here. It's just a one piece. You just pull that out. You have more up top. So you have one here and another one down here. These ones on the outside are a little bit harder to get to. I'm gonna get it out and show you how it works. So with this one, it's in like this, and this is what's keeping it from coming out. I just have basically a small screwdriver. You can get something, you know, thicker or better for you to handle, and I push in, and that narrows this down, and at the same time I get my body clip tool and I pry up away from the body while pushing this in, and it comes out. And that's how I get these ones out, this certain style. I'm gonna give you an example. I'm just gonna try to get this one. So first thing I'm gonna do, I got a thicker screwdriver. You're gonna probably hear it pop, and I press straight up. You heard it pop. So now I can go ahead and get my tool underneath it. First, let me see if I can push it back some more first. Okay, so now I was able to push it all the way back. I'm gonna get behind so I won't scratch the paint, just to create some space. Now I should be able to. Okay, now I'm behind it. I can go ahead and pull it out, and that's how I get these out. All right, I got the panel loose, but instead of going and taking the whole panel off, I'm just going to grab the panel from the inside, place it over the rotor, bring it around, and try to tuck it behind the caliper and rotor. It's rubber, so once you flex it back and put your tabs back in, you'll hold back in place. So this is how it looks. So I have space now to access my part. This is the shank bolt we'll be taking out. So I'll be putting a wrench on here and another wrench on this side, and turning this one counterclockwise to get that off. And once that's off, I can get this bolt out. This is plastic. I could just move that, slide that bolt back. Once that is out, I can come underneath here, and you can trace this here and see this is the nut that we have to get off, and I can go ahead and get that nut off. All right, got my wrenches. The one on the bolt head side is an 18 millimeter. The one on the side with the nut is a 21 millimeter. So I'm just going to hold this one, and I'm going to turn this one, and that should break that tension loose. Okay, it ended up being a little hard to do with hand, so what I'm going to do is I'm using my foot. So I have my foot on the side with the nut, and I have my wrench in hand on the side with the bolt head. So I'm going to use my foot, and I'm going to just push down, like pushing on brakes, and I can already feel it going. So it's breaking free now, and there it goes. So now I should be able to go ahead and use my hands to finish getting that off. Now that it's broken free, I'm going to use my battery power ratchet to get it off. So I'm going to hold this side and power it off with this side. Okay, and that pretty much got the nut off. Now I can remove this bolt. I can either continue turning it out, or I can get something and knock it out from this side, or pull it just like that. Now we have it out, and we have a washer that goes on the other side. We'll keep those together. Now we have this free. Now if you follow it down, you see the bolt here that we have to get off. And let's see what size that is. I'm thinking that's going to be possibly a 19 millimeter. Let's check and see. Okay, so it's a 21. So it's a 21 millimeter to get this off. So I'm gonna go ahead now and just put our counterclockwise rotation on there to break that free. All right, I got the nut broken free, but I also noticed it's a little dirty. I have a wire brush here. I'm gonna go ahead and just clean it off. It's gonna take about a minute or two getting all the dirt off. Now that I have it clean, I have my WD-40. I'm gonna go ahead and spray that down. That should make that bolt or that nut a heck of a lot easier getting off. I did the other side yesterday and I ran into some problems, so this should be way easier. All right, I got the nut off. This is what's left. This is the bolt here that we're gonna try to get out. I tried using different things to try to get that out. So far nothing fit. Pick a fork I had a hard time getting that in there. Everything else. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use my hammer, since I'm replacing that anyways, and I'm just going to make contact here, and hopefully that pops free. All right, now that I got that free, this side is loose and this side is loose. I can try to free this out. I'm thinking the easiest way is knock this down as low as you can and back. That way you can raise this up and out. Alright. So now that it's up, I should be able to turn this wheel all the way to the left. I should be able to do it by hand actually, because I have both tires off the ground. So I turn that wheel over to the left and that's free. So all I have to do now is pull it out, and there goes my part. All right, you can see the little bit of damage on the inside. It's cracked all in here, and I shouldn't be able to wiggle it with my fingers like that. So this is definitely worn, and we're putting a new one in right now. This is the new part. Go ahead and take this plastic piece off. All right, we have a new part. Tilt it up this way. Get this back end in first. Once you get the back end in, you can come over here and focus on getting the front. Now that I have it semi lined up, I have my bolt and I have my washers. So I'm just gonna put one washer on and I'm gonna start it. Okay, it's only going through on one side, so I have to try to get it balanced up. All right, I think that did it. Go down a little bit. Just keep going back and forth with it. I can see it inching in. There we go. It's all the way in. Now I can go ahead and put the other washer on that side. Now I have my nut. I'll go ahead and I'll get that started. Once that's snug, I'll go ahead and get my wrenches back. I have one was an 18 and the other one was a 21. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my battery power impact to get this back in. So I have my battery power impact on one side and I have my wrench on the other side. Now that I have it all the way in with the battery power impact, I can use my wrench and make sure that it's all the way torque snug. Now I'm really just pulling on the side where the nut is, because that's the easier way to get it to turn. And after you have it nice and snug, that should be it. Then that should be it for that side. Okay, so now we're going to work on the bottom. The new nut that came with the new part is a size up. It's actually a 22 millimeter. So I'm going to work on getting that all the way tight now. All right, so now this is nice and snug. So that's pretty much the last and final step of replacing this part. I have the pivot end in and I have the shank bolt in, and they're both nice and snug. So that's basically the steps to replacing your front control arm on a 2011 Dodge Challenger. So of course I'm just gonna go ahead and put this back, put this panel back, and then put the tabs back in, basically everything back in reverse, and put the tire back on, and that's basically it as far as getting this job done. If you like the video, leave a comment or just hit like, subscribe, and I'll be posting more videos here soon. Thanks. It's Dave the Mechanic, guys. See you again.